Are your beliefs limiting you? Welcome back to another video, guys. As always, hope you're having a good day. Hope your week's been well. Thanks for clicking on this video and coming here to hear this bit of a speech I got for the day. I want to talk today about, are you limiting yourself or are your beliefs limiting you? For as long as I can remember, when I came up in school, I had some pretty average grades, talking B's and C's. I don't think I was too flash at too many subjects. Could spell, could add up. That was good enough for me. From here, I left school, got like pretty much just a basic, I guess you'd call it a factory job. And I was only earning like low 20s, 20 something bucks an hour. I stayed in that job for a long time because I guess for a while I didn't think there was much else I could do. I didn't have a whole lot of skills. I was kind of cluey with my hands, but never took on an apprenticeship or learned anything like that. So in that sense, I thought that I was limited, and I guess I kind of thought like I could only ever do a 9 to 5. You know, you have all these ideas about starting a business, but until you've done it, you kind of stay in this limiting belief of, oh no, who wants to be a business owner? It'd be too stressful. So I bounced around, did a few different jobs, never really had any aspirations to do anything for myself. And then I'd looked at side hustles, and it was that kind of thing where I guess I kind of thought they were a little bit scammy. You see all these people doing these side hustles claiming to make money, but like everything on YouTube, sometimes there's more money in the content than what there is in the actual thing itself. Like in the big gold rush, the person that made the money was the one selling the shovels and the pickaxes. But from here, I kind of found one that worked, and I've talked about that, and it was basically lawn care. So I found something that worked, and then my mindset, it kind of started to shift. And I started to think, well, if I can make $100 a day doing this, and then all of a sudden I was making $200 a day, like I was basically making almost my week's wage on the 2 spare days on the weekend that I had. And this is where my mindset, it started to shift, and I thought, you know what, maybe I could really do this. So from there, I continued to do this side hustle while I was working a job for about 3 months. So I worked my ass off, no days off, for about 3 months until I'd stacked enough money that I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave my job and I'm going to see if I can really make this work. So basically, I left my job, and I left on good terms so that if it didn't work, I could go back. From here, you know the story. We skipped 3 years down the road. I turned it into a 6-figure business and was basically burnt out and done with it. I'd had enough of manual labor. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the money, but it was hard work, and I don't know if it was really scalable, at least not where I lived. I couldn't really put anyone on the books that I trusted enough to do the same quality job that I'd done, and yeah, I was just tired and cooked. So I basically got over the manual labor thing and moved to a different field, which was then just a wage job working for a company that earned me more money, surprisingly, than what I was making for myself, which again, that's a limiting belief. At the time, I thought I was at my peak with my business. I thought that I was going to go backwards by taking on another standard job where I worked for someone else, but surprisingly enough, I didn't. I was actually getting paid more hourly by the time you take your tax out and whatever else and your super and all that than what I was managing to earn and keep with my own business. And it comes to the same thing with stocks and the stock market. For the longest time, for probably 3 or 4 years before I started to invest in stocks or shares, I'd basically just read about it and consumed all this YouTube content about how to do it, how to get started, the tax implications of it, what dividends were, what growth investing was, you know, all this. I'd read about it and I'd studied it and I knew it, but I hadn't put any of this into practice. And I don't really know why. I don't know if it was just basically I was frightened that maybe I was going to make the wrong call and look like an idiot, or if it was because I didn't know anyone that personally that had done this. I was kind of on this limiting belief that, you know, I can't do that. I can't make that work. And then I guess one day I just took the leap, and I'd saved up my first $500 that I had laying around that I wasn't afraid to lose. It was like, oh, well, if I lose this $500, I'll know that buying shares, it doesn't work, it isn't for me. But it turns out that it does work, and it is for me, and it's for you, and it's for everybody else. And I highly encourage you, read enough so that you know you can get in, put some money aside and say, oh, well, if I lose it, it's not for me. Put it in the market and see what happens. I guarantee you, if you're thinking long term, you're not going to lose out. Don't be frightened. But That's the question that I have. The question for me today to you is, what is the thing that you want to do that you're stopping yourself from doing? What is the mind shift that you need to change where you know this can work, but there's something that's limiting you? Why? Figure it out. Figure out what it is that you're stopping yourself from doing and do it. You know, if someone's got to have the high earning job and make the sacrifices, why can't it be you? Someone's got to do the skill. Why not you? Maybe you want to become the best cabinet maker there is, or go and become a gym instructor or something. I don't know, whatever it is. Maybe you want to be a tennis coach. Why not? Why can't it be you? You're a human like everybody else. You have these desires and these dreams, and you can chase them. Don't be afraid of success. And from here I want to talk about, like, it comes down to this thing in Australia, we call it tall poppy syndrome, or I think they call it crabs in a bucket or monkey in a bucket syndrome or something. And it's basically, as soon as you start doing better than other people, or you start even pitching ideas of trying to do something, people are going to tell you that it doesn't work. But they're not the people that have tried the thing. They've never put their mind to it. So just be wary of the people that you hang around. Like, for as long as I think I've hung around people, and you tell them, they'll tell you that they've got no money, and they spend all their money on alcohol and cigarettes and gambling, and you tell them that there's ways out of this trap, and they just don't believe you. They keep asking for help, but they don't do anything. And that comes back to that same old saying. I think it was, I don't know who it was who said it, but it was, if you hang around 4 shitty people, you'll become the 5th shitty person. So just careful on who else is limiting your beliefs other than yourself as well. Be very, very careful who you spend your time with. I mean, even if you need to cut everyone off for 6 months, go and do your own thing. What's the worst that could happen, you know? I mean, if you're going to lose these people, or they don't want the best for you, you don't really want these people in your life anyways. So yeah, only a quick video today, but don't be afraid of success. You don't want to be afraid of success. If you're even here watching this, you've got ideas, you've got plays, things that you want to put together. Start making moves. You know, just take a little bit and see what happens. Start the side hustle, or put the bit aside to invest, whatever it is. Have a go. The worst that could happen is, oh well, it didn't work, and on to the next thing. So be careful who you hang around. Stop limiting yourself. You can do it. I know you can do it. You know you can do it. You're out here, you're on YouTube, you've clicked on this video, you've watched other videos. Now is the time for you to go ahead, make your move. Make your move. Just don't be afraid of success. Now, of course, if you've gotten anything out of this, I'm going to ask you to give me that thumbs up, please. Comment down below, what is it that you're going to start, you know? What are you going to do to stop limiting your beliefs? Let me know your idea down below. I want to hear about it. I want to talk about it. And if you've really gotten something out of this, please do feel free to subscribe, or even click the link down below, buy me a cup of coffee. All right, have a great day. Thank you for your time. Go ahead and be successful.